James, what can we do in this time to use this time wisely? Hit me.
I think, like you said, Tej, there's really no wrong or right answer. But one thing I would say is you don't want to waste this time, because this time ain't coming back again, not anytime soon. When did you know the last time where you had nearly 1 month off your work and you were at home? You can sleep when you want, you can get up when you want, you can structure your day how you want. You can pretty much do what you want other than go outside, which is a major thing, I know, but you still got that 1 hour that they allow you to get out and do your exercise or get some fresh air or get some food. I think you need to balance the time out as well. For me, I would say it's been the most productive time. It's been really, really productive, because straight away, one thing we had to do was get a time plan in place, because we've got kids. My wife needs time to work as well, so we've got set hours where we can work. So it's been real quality productive time. But there are times when you're quite easily distracted. You can get in a conversation on Instagram, and before you know it, you're an hour in and you're just discussing something and you think, no, man, I don't want to be doing this. But yeah, I've used the time to get a load of videos out, get a load of content out. Stuff like this show, people won't believe it, but it does take a while for us to chop everything up, produce smaller videos, get the audio extracted. So it's stuff that I just wouldn't have time to do during my normal working day. The other thing I've done is I've done a reassessment of all the tasks that I do, every single task that I do. And I've actually written them down in an Excel chart and worked out which one of these tasks can I send off to a virtual assistant and which one do I actually need to be doing myself. So that was quite a good thing. Now I've realized after doing that, about 60% of what I do, I could just send to a virtual assistant. So I've taken this time to book a meeting with, who is it? The Freak Geeks or something?
Yeah, she's on my podcast. I forgot. Yes.
Yeah, Imogen. That's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've booked an appointment with her. I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a chat, because I've been doing Loom recordings of every task that I do.
Yeah.
So this is a really good tip. If there's a repetitive task that you do, just record it on Loom and write down some notes, and then you can send it to someone in the Philippines and just get them to copy it and do it exactly how you do it. Now, one thing I really find boring is, not boring, I actually enjoy it, but I know I can't be doing it much longer, is editing videos, because they take too damn long. Or editing podcasts, or producing artwork. Again, all the stuff that I really enjoy, but it's not working on your business, like they say. I'm just working on stuff that isn't really productive for me. It is productive, but I shouldn't really be doing it. So I would say, get yourself an Excel chart, write down all the lists that you do, the tasks that you do in your work, in your business, in your life, and see how much of those you can send out to a VA. And VAs are cheap, man. And ultimately, look, let's think about it. Everybody is in property. One of the things they say their goal is, I want to have enough time. I want to have more time so I can travel. I want to have more time so I can do what I want. Let me tell you something. Sending all that shit to a VA is going to create time for you automatically. What would you do right now maybe not right now if you had extra time, because you've got shitloads of time now. But when we return to normality, what would you do with an extra 50% of time? You could spend it with a loved one. You could travel. You could do whatever. So yeah, use this time wisely. If you want to sit there and have a binge on Netflix, we were talking about this yesterday, actually, not that there's anything wrong with it. I've got my Netflix binge lined up as well. Nice case of beers in the fridge cooling as well. But at the same token, I think you need to have the right balance. And I think if you come out of this, I know you're talking about, you've seen all these quotes by people saying, if you come out of this, you're a waste man. I agree to it to a certain extent, yeah. If this goes on for 8 weeks and you come out of this 8 weeks later and all you've done is fucking cane Netflix and you've done nothing else, you've not built your brand, you've not done research into an area, then you are a flipping waste man. Straight up, you're a waste man. And if you sit in your pajamas till 11 o'clock in the morning, like I see you are, Ruby, you're a waste man too. That's my talk on that. That's my take on that.
I think, I'm not going to lie, I do agree in the sense that as an entrepreneur, I think naturally we're inclined to do this anyway. So take the break 100%. Here's the thing. I think if you've been an entrepreneur for like 10 years, you've always worked hard, you haven't taken many holidays, then just enjoy this. It's totally up to you. But I think at least if I look at myself, I'm like, no, Tej, this is a time where you can do shit. So I totally agree with your sentiment. but it depends on the person, right? Like it depends on what they've done in the past 10 years. It depends on like, you know what I mean? Like if you'd never taken a holiday in like 5 years because you've been working on some sort of business and growing, you know, staff, I would 100% be like, yo, just do your thing. Do you know what I mean? But I understand your sentiment and I agree with it. Like that there is always like an opportunity to do that, right? Shaz also says, how about all this money people could be potentially saving? No nights out, no eating out, cinema, maybe clear out your essential costs versus what your non-essential costs are. That's really good. That would help these millennials buy their houses that they want. Yeah, I like that. Very good. Everyone else has been doing that. I think everything you said is correct. And I think to add to the tasks that you could be doing, I actually made a presentation. You know what? Should I present? Should I share my screen? Should I do a presentation, James?
Yeah, if you want.
Nah, I already did it at previous night switch. What I'm gonna do is though, I'm gonna say that there's a few things you can do. I think social things you can do is like connect with people. So Zoom is super powerful now and used very heavily. Use this time to just say, hey, you know, want a 15-minute Zoom session? Want to just get to know each other better? Like we've been talking on Instagram, we've been talking on Facebook, we've never met. Let's just sort of e-meet and just take it from there. Because when it comes out of this period and we can physically move around, imagine if you come out of this period knowing everyone and everyone knows you, and you've just spent this time at home actually being with everyone else at home. And then, you know, when you come out, everyone you've just kind of built a brand and built a reputation without leaving your house, literally sitting wherever you like, in whatever you like, and building relationships. So I think it's a big time to do that. Like just with anyone, like just put on your Instagram story, just say whatever, right? I think another thing you can be doing is like learn a language if you want. You know, learning languages is good for your brain and your neuroplasticity, and it does keep you fresh. And actually, as entrepreneurs, when we do these like tasks every day, all day, it's good to have something totally different and work a different part of your brain. And it helps communication in any language. Open University has 92 free courses, so go do that. Here's a little tip if you're learning a language. Rosetta Stone, which is amazing by the way, has 3 months free if you're a kid. So find the entrance for like schools, and it says put in your mummy's name, put in your daddy's name, whatever, put it in and you get 3 months free. Yes, there's a top tip. I'm doing what Shaz said. I'm saving non-essential costs. I think also you can learn to make bread, because homemade bread is a million times better, and it takes like 15 minutes to make, if that, and the rest of it's just rising time, and it's super cheap. And you can make different variations. Make pasta, semolina and water, or egg yolks and 00 flour. As easy as that, right? There's so many things you can do. Imagine coming out of this lockdown being more cultured. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? New business ideas. What about brainstorming ideas that when we come out of lockdown, you can launch them, or even that you could do now to help the NHS or to help someone or something. Were you going to say something, James? James?
I was going to say, I hear this time and time again. Yeah, people say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to do this. If only I had enough time to do this, I would be a property developer. If only I had enough time to do it, I'll be a multi-millionaire. I'll be a social media king. I'll be this. Guys, you got shitloads of time at the moment. Don't even be trying to say you ain't got enough time. You know, you got loads of time now. Now's the time to do something with it and do something productive, because that's it. What do we have at the moment? We got time, we got resources, we got a shit hot internet connection, and we got people there who we can reach out to. So don't be using that old excuse, oh, if only I had enough time. You got shitloads of time, man. Get off your ass and get something done.
I agree. And Aaron D makes good comments in here and says sometimes he just sits there listening to music and eating. That's some serious self-love. Sometimes you have to make time to, you know, look after your mental health as well, which is important. And for some people, doing stuff may look after their mental health, because I know, like for me, if I wake up and I haven't got a to-do list or schedule, yeah, it's nice to have a break and play Xbox, but you know, my weekdays, for me to keep my sanity, I need to sort of be doing something. You know, it doesn't have to be work, but it just has to be something that feels like work, something that stimulates me, right? So I think sometimes if people are going to take this as a holiday, I think still keep some elements of stimulus, whether it's a language, whether it's cooking, whether it's something, because that will keep you more sane than taking a total break. Like, because you know, like when people retire at 30, because like they won the lottery or they sold a business, and then they're like 6 months later they're like, oh, let's start a new business. You know, look at all these VC companies in America, these rich Silicon Valley billionaires. They never stop making companies because they're just like, ain't about the money, I'm bored, like let's do something. So kind of learn, I guess, like from things like that.